What are the requirements? Now, this is the second element that we spoke about, and uh, you need to take a lot of notes on this. So here we go. Academic requirement, right? Minimum academic score. Universities or a particular course that you wanted to get into may prescribe specific requirements on your 12th scores, right? So please take a note of these. Second, what are the subject requirements? Now, when I say subject requirements, what does it mean? It means that you may be required to have an understanding of that particular subject, because many a times the students come and they want to study a particular subject. However, that subject may not be permitted by that university, right? So subject requirement is very, very important. Please check that out. You would also be required to give all high school scores, which means from 9th until 12th. It's important. All scores would be required. So check it out. When we talk about the past admits, check out what kind of scores were for the students who were given admission against vis-a-vis your scores, because that is going to give you some insight into possibility of getting admitted. Then there are certain education board benefits as well. Surprised? Okay. If a student in 12th standard has been studying into IB or IGCSE, then they would not be required to take an IELTS or a TOEFL test. Interesting? Right. But however, while your medium of education could be English, but if you are from a state board, a CBSE, ICSE, then you would be required to take an IELTS test. So there are certain benefits which the education boards also are extended. Like there are certain credits as well, but not getting into further details into this. This is something that you should be looking at while understanding the requirements. Now, what are the subject level benefits? Subject level benefits are basically those which I mentioned, that if you are studying a subject of a higher grade, like in IB, like in CBSE also today, you have a higher and a lower grade subject choice. Then those subject, the levels that you have studied would also be part of the academic requirement. So check those out. Very important. Now, there are certain students who come and say that I want to change the stream while I have been studying X, I want to get into Y. Is there a possibility? The answer is both yes and no. There are certain subjects which have a complete hard requirement and person may not be able to change. However, there are certain subjects that a person may be able to pick up to study in undergraduation, irrespective of the stream that the person has studied. All right. Okay. So these are the academic requirements from your 10th, from your 9th until 12th. What is it that you have done? And what is it that the university or the college or the course could be requiring? Then what are the tests, right? As I had mentioned, there are multiple tests that may be required, you to take. There are certain common admission tests like SAT, ACT. As I had mentioned, there are CLAT. There are, depending upon the kind of course that you wish to get admitted to, the country that you are getting wanting to get admitted to, there could be certain common admission test requirement. It could be at a country level, it could even be at the college level. So you need to understand this very, very clearly, right? Now, English proficiency test, this is something which is very important, irrespective of the country that you are getting admitted to. The proficiency tests like IELTS, TOEFL are to be taken by everybody. Yes, there are exceptions. As I had said, that IB and IGCSE students may be able to get exception on this test requirement. Okay. Other than this, there could also be certain other language requirements. Like if you're wanting to go to, say, Germany or France, you may be required to have certain competencies on these languages as well. All right. Now that we have understood the academic and test requirements, what are the non-academic requirements that you should be preparing yourself on? So what are the essays? Because every university, every country would ask for certain essays to get understanding about your background. Common essays or university specific essays are something that you got to look at. Something which is very important is the word count. Do take a note of the count of words for each of the essays, and please be within the specified requirement. Do not shoot beyond the required word limit, because it reflects very poorly and negatively, right? Then you got to prepare your LOR, SCP, resume. You may also be required to show some certain funds, whether you are required to show funds in the account or just the proofs. It may vary from a country to country. So please take a note of these requirements which are non-academic. It's very important. And there could be certain other documentation need as well based on the country, right? So research well on this. Other document need could be there depending upon the country. Some countries may ask you to show funds into your account, while others you would need to give the proofs, only the proofs that you have the money. However, what kind of proofs are acceptable may also vary from one to the other country. So please be very, very careful while researching for yourself.